When most people think of the screenwriting industry, they think of Los Angeles. They think of the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, being surrounded by vegan restaurants, and the ever-present cloud of smog that hangs over the city. So, what does it mean to be a screenwriter outside of LA? Is it really a question of LA or die? In this project, I researched the film industries of other cities, the steps most writers take to break into the industry, interviewed a friend who had taken part in a local film festival, and built a script from scratch with another friend in his class. We'll start with prospects around the country. New York City has the most profitable film industry besides LA. The government-mandated Made in New York program has attracted writers and production companies to the area with financial benefits. They receive a 30% credit on film spending. It also established an educational program for low-income New Yorkers to break into the industry. Participants get 5 weeks of free production assistant training and connections for entry-level jobs in local film and TV. So, prospects there are pretty good. Hollywood East is definitely worth a shot for people who can't make it to the West Coast. Wilmington, North Carolina is somewhat of a fallen giant. It has put out blockbusters like The Hunger Games, Iron Man 3, and Sleepy Hollow, but recently way fewer companies have been interested in filming there. The city previously had incentive programs like New York, but when the funding for those programs ran dry and was not renewed, the industry began to die. North Carolina Film Office Director Guy Gaster suggests recruiting lower-budget films and TV shows to build the industry back up. This would be excellent for new screenwriters since our best early prospects are low-budget films. North Carolina is full of industry veterans, but its fortune is unpredictable. Orlando's history with film is nothing if not rocky. But it's our city, and most of us won't have the opportunity to set up for other places right away. Companies are interested in using Orlando, but many hesitate from lack of incentive money. A $296 million plan that was set to cover tax breaks and other deals for the film industry was supposed to last until 2016, but all the money was used up by 2014. No new state incentives have passed since then. Our steadiest business has been in making commercials for TV. So, where do we start? Film festivals. Getting your name on something and getting it produced, even if it's small and low budget, is the first step to getting your name out there and getting people interested in buying your work. What we have locally are the UCF Campus Movie Fest and the Orlando Film Festival. One of my friends, Austin Locke, was kind enough to share his experience at Campus Movie Fest with me. This is my good friend Austin Locke, who in the past has participated in Campus Movie Fest, and he has agreed to share with me his experience.
Yeah.
So, Austin, what were some of the responsibilities you had when you participated? Just what kind of jobs did you do?
My main jobs were editing the film, and then I was one of the one of the lead cameras, because we used 2 different cameras. I was the lead, so I was in a way like kind of like the assistant director to help, but more over getting the right angles. Yeah.
All right, and would you consider participating in Campus Movie Fest again?
I would. It's a lot of fun, even if you don't, place or really get shown at the festival. It's still a lot of fun. You get to work with your friends and learn new skills.
Do you think it's a good place to start for people who are interested in writing for the film industry or being in the film industry?
I would absolutely encourage that, because this is a place to actually test your ideas and your screenwriting abilities, and just obviously they're all short films, they're not full length, so it really pushes you to sit there and say, okay, well, I can write a good story that can be turned into a movie easy. But it's the short movies I feel like are the harder. So if you can do a short movie and get your point across and get an audience engaged in that 5 minutes that they watch it, or 5 to 10 minutes, then I think you're gonna go far.
Now, what advice do you have for people who are interested in participating in Campus Movie Fest?
It's really open to anyone if you sign up. I just don't be discouraged if you don't get shown at the festival, because you have to realize that this is a place that a lot of the film majors at universities are for sure entering, because they can actually use this for their repertoire. So you're, of course, going to see these really great edits and things that are just like, there's no way a college group did this, because of just how high quality it looked, and you know it's very low budget. But it's all about getting out there, learning something, and doing something for fun. As long as you approach it with that aspect, then who cares?
Yeah, and any creative endeavor, really, if you're not doing it first for yourself and then for the audience, then there's really no point in doing that.
Yep.
Thank you for your time.
Not a problem.
Campus Movie Fest doesn't just happen at UCF. Every year it gives more than 1 million students from around the country access to the equipment and training they need to make a 5-minute film in just 1 week. Each participating school has a showcase of the best entries, and the best of those go on to the Campus Movie Fest grand finale. Some have even gone beyond that to be showcased at the Short Films Corner at the Cannes Movie Festival in France, an event that shows films from all around the world every May. Now, more personal stories are always helpful. JohnAugust.com, a website run by a screenwriter of the same name, has a collection of testimonies from different screenwriters who got their start outside of Los Angeles. A writer named Linnell from St. Louis got her break from a friend she kept in contact with after a film workshop. Through this, she got an opportunity to work on the script for Army Wives. Subsequent jobs were harder to find, though, because she'd never moved to LA and nobody there knew her name. Eventually, she did go on to live in the city, though. Alan from Connecticut lived in the state his whole life. Interviews and meetings were all done by phone or email. It took years, but it worked out decently enough for him. He's had movies produced, but he still can't say he's screenwriting full-time yet. Aaron and Jordan, a pair of twins from Hawaii, sold their first scripts and made a contract with an agent while still living in the state. They do caution against this, though, because their chance was 1 in a million. Agents flying out to meet clients that far is practically unheard of. Their careers didn't really take off until they took a 3-year journey to LA, building up a network of industry contacts. They moved home after, and that's when things really took off for them. After learning all this, the answer is clear. Start small. Get your name on something and start building up a reputation. In regards to this, I've been working on a script with classmate Nikki McDanel, collaborating to create a script on based on the popular tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons. Collaboration is a vital skill any writer needs to learn. Yeah. And that could be why she's so quiet and disinterested, because nobody ever lets her make a decision. That works.
Yeah, I think to extend the battle, I think there's like a nice irony in Travis being the one to beat up Amber. She's the one that cast the spell on him in the first place.
Yeah, it turns against her. Yeah, backfires.
So maybe even kind of first Lily and Amber are going at it, because another part of the confusion spell is that like they might do nothing or attack themselves while they're recovering from the effects of the spell. So maybe like just have Travis step outside for a minute, like doing nothing or injuring himself. And then if Amber is to defeat her in a few good punches or whatever, and then the fighter turns on her when she's already
Yeah, so in the beginning, while they're having this go down, Travis is just kind of fighting against himself, wandering around, kind of like a Pokemon hitting itself in a battle.
Yeah.
And then eventually he just starts lurching and attacking. This is like, I can't control my body.
Yeah.
So, in short, it's not quite LA or die. Making a career screenwriting outside of Los Angeles is possible, but it's infinitely harder. If you have the drive, though, anything's possible.